Mendota Trojans football is on the air tonight. We are back at home. It's Classic Country 100.1 WGLC. I'm Charles Van Horn alongside Aaron Pelican. It's homecoming. It's the night. Well, a lot of people have circled on their calendars every year for a big football matchup, and tonight is going to be a great one. Your Mendota Trojans taking on the Kewanee Boilermakers. We've been looking forward to this game all season.
We have. It's been one that's been circled on the calendar all season long. We knew that this was going to be a very important game for the Trojans, but it turns out it's going to be a very important game for Kewanee as well, a team that was 9-2 last year, 2-4 so far this season, so not the season that we were expecting from Kewanee at all. So it's a very important game for both the Trojans and the Boilermakers, and it's going to be a lot of fun here tonight.
Both teams on the hunt for the magical 5 wins. Your Trojans at 500 right now, 3-3, looking to get one step closer to the magical playoff number. But with only a handful of games left in the season, tonight is do and die for both teams.
Absolutely. It's a must-win game by all means. And this is absolutely a game that they need if they want to get into the playoffs, have any contention to get in there. And it's definitely a game that they can win. The defense needs to step up and make some stops. Kewanee's offense only averaging 19 points a game, and that's definitely something that Mendota can handle defensively. It's going to be about trying to get takeaways on defense and making stops and giving the offense a chance to win this game for them.
The turnover battle will probably be the big key to this game, because you take the ball away, the other team can't score, and the Trojans will want all the help they can in their department, although our offense is doing pretty good.
Absolutely, and especially coming off of last week's performance where he had Isaac Smith and Anthony Childs both over 150 yards on the ground rushing, a great 1-2 punch. I'm expecting to see a lot more of that here tonight. The offense found a great groove, and they can carry that over into this game against Kewanee. They're going to be set up in a good position to win.
We checked with Coach Keegan Hill. Let's find out what he has to say about tonight's contest on your homecoming weekend. Tonight, it's homecoming night, talking to Coach Keegan Hill. Before we get on to tonight's festivities and activities, let's talk about that road game. A very bumpy trip to Sherrard and probably some lessons learned out there. What can you tell us about that game last week?
Proud of the week of practice, proud of the grades. We need to start faster. So, putting ourselves in a hole and having to fight back. I'm glad we did it, but we need to start the game with more momentum on offense and special teams.
Definitely a back-and-forth contest, lead changes here and there, switch to a lot of two-point conversions. Was that something we sort of picked up from that Spring Valley Hall game, that maybe those extra points that are available we should take?
Well, it's just flow of the game. Like, all right, this is what we need to do to match what's going on. So we knocked in a 37-yard field goal in the flow of the game, too. So if we need to do it, we'll do it. And if we need to go for 2, we'll go for 2.
Passing game was certainly there. Randolph was able to do what we've seen him do with some very tight passes and make some great completions. Running game was a little different, all over the place with you guys. A lot of guys getting the ball. Is that a look we're going to see more of for the last few games this season?
We want to maximize the strengths of our group, so throwing the ball, running the ball with different people keeps people off balance, keeps our guys fresher, so they don't have to play every snap of the whole game. So, a balanced attack is what we want, and the hand we're dealt, we're able to do that.
Tonight, going to be homecoming, a lot of distractions this week. How are you keeping the guys focused on the Boilermakers?
Just asking for another great week of practice. One practice at a time was what got it done last week. We're doing the same, very similar flow this week, and then Thursday we'll just do our normal stuff after the parade and those festivities are done. So trying to keep it as typical as we can.
Kewanee's a tough ball club. Last year they certainly were formidable. This year maybe not so much. What are you going to try to get done tonight when Kewanee visits our house?
We want to play our best game yet. So playing cleaner, not turning the ball over, being in our gaps on defense to minimize opportunities for big plays, and then being clean on the special teams, not giving up any big plays in that area as well.
Homecoming night, always getting everybody fired up. How are we doing on injuries, academic, things like that? Are we to our maximum potential, I suppose?
Week 7, so we got a couple things here and there, but the grades have been excellent. We're going to maximize our people, and I'll be proud of our efforts. It's going to be a gorgeous night for a game.
Fantastic. Homecoming night. Go get them. Go Trojans. Right, Coach?
Absolutely. Go Trojans.
Thank you. So the homecoming battle is set. Your Mendota Trojans taking on the Kewanee Boilermakers. Game time for you tonight around 6:50 on your radio, and of course streaming on your smart speaker and smart device too, listening to WGLC. Tonight going to be a fun contest weather-wise, crisp fall air.
Crisp, windy. Oh man, it is going to be chilly down here on the field for the players, but once they get out there, the adrenaline's flowing, it won't even matter. The only thing that's going to be a concern is the wind. See if maybe it affects the kicking game. We saw Angel Serrano hit a nice field goal last week, so maybe it affects how far out they trust him to kick, but it's going to be fun. And like you said, football weather. This is what it's all about.
Grab your purple and gold stadium blanket. Get to the Mendota High School if you can tonight. And if not, stay by your radio. We'll have your football action tonight on Classic Country 100.1 WGLC. Again with the
They love the point.
I don't think they do.
They tell me about it all the time.
Who tells you? There's nobody who tells
Everybody.
you. Who's everybody?
All of them.
Nobody tells you.